problem and a solution, because if we're specialized on specific products coming from China or Japan, and there starts to get a trade issues, and it'll get more expensive, we just have to change our way of doing business to our customers, but we can still buy some exotic products from other countries.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. And then also, Nush was mentioning that that you could also make some adaptations to your menu, so that you will be able to offer cost-effective products in terms of a very similar taste for the type of customers that you cater for at a competitive price, at a still competitive price. Very good.
Exactly.
So I'm talking about the environmental factors, and the globalization has caused the climate change. For example, the crop will impact by the drought and the dryness of the supplying the foods, and it affect on the supplier, and how it doesn't have the raw materials to supply to our restaurant, and therefore the restaurant need to adapt to the way of the way to cook, for creating new recipe, and this could be challenging, but if it turn out to be good, the customer will be satisfied on the food, and the restaurant can take advantage of on that raw product from another regions to look for another alternatives. And also there is about the franchising, and how it will be easy to spread the restaurant across the EU, because of the that the EU citizen can start the franchising in any of the EU countries. So this could be really good for our restaurant business to go for the franchising, because of the policy.
Franchising? Do you have franchising as a strategy that will respond to a critical external situation, or will it be a strategy in itself? Will you go for franchising if you're having problems with the local market, or will you go, or will you have, or do you have this franchising strategy as an overall expansion plan?
It's of course from case to case, because if our restaurant makes good and we start to grow, and it's a good business, that's a great growth strategy for us, since it's so easy to franchise inside of Europe, because an EU citizen can start a business or start a branch of a business inside the EU freely. So that it's so easy to start a new restaurant. If we're in London, our first restaurant, it'll be easy to get one in Madrid or Amsterdam or wherever we want inside the EU. So that's a great growth strategy if we make success with the first one.
So basically, you will test your market and your capabilities of catering for this market, and if you are successful, that's when you will start thinking about a possible franchise strategy, right?
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, please. So carry on.
So that was about the environmental issue.
Yeah. We'll go to the next issue. C.
So that was or the impact of global factors on our business idea in UK. And then now we're gonna move on that impact of policy of European Union to our restaurant business in UK, because of UK is the member of European country as well in EU Union. So I would say that all kinds of almost every policy that create up is give a good benefit for our restaurant business in UK. For an example, it is fair tax. It's fair tax competition between EU countries. So it means everywhere you go, everywhere you move, you do the business, you will not get disadvantage. You will not lost. If you go to UK, you will not lost benefit. If you compare to if you open a restaurant in Spain, so it end up the same because of fair tax. I go to deeper information like VAT. For next, luckily that they EU classify that food and drink is zero rate products, mean we don't have to pay it zero. So it cost us to produce a good food and drink and service to customer within cheap price. So we say that cost effective for customer. Then if it costs expensive, then it will encourage and stimulate customer come more, which is good for our restaurant. But if we import or export outside from EU, that more or less will affect on our business, because probably we might have some food that be more expensive, and then we might lose some profit on that. So my recommendation, I would say that we will do both, but we will more concentrate on local dish. I mean with import export raw material to make food within Europe countries. And for the next
And as I spoke about, as I mentioned, the standard harmonization that EU has done, I'm now going to talk more about that. For us as restaurateurs, it's vital. Food safety is vital, and that's a really important aspect for us. And food is the most important raw material that we're going to buy from the market. And EU has done a lot of work together to make standard harmonization, which means that inside the European Union, if you buy either meat, dairy, or agricultural products, it'll be the same standard. And that comes more to safety, animal health, that what the animals are fed in the meat industry, for an example. But this is really important for us, and it doesn't matter for us if we used to buy products from Finland and something happens in Finland, that the product price goes up. We can buy the same product from Italy, for an example, and we know that it'll be as safe as from Finland, and this makes a lot of comfort for us as restaurateurs, that we have more choices, and we know that if we buy something from inside the EU, it'll fulfill the health standards that are required.
Yeah. So.
Very good.
Do you have any questions on that?
No,
Okay.
it's very clear.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the impact of the free trade among the EU members, and the free trade is the positive side of the movement of capital, workforce, goods and services in European Union, and people can move freely inside and inside the union in pursuit of employment, and the free trade also help to reduce the paperwork and bureaucracy, and also taking down the trade barriers, and also the positive aspects to flow of the workforce is that it gives the competitive advance of the educated workforce to have the workforce that knows to speak different language, which is positive for the tourists of that the staff knows how to speak different language, and also for the price of the employees, how much you need to pay for them, so the flow of the workforce is positive for inside of the European Union, and these all factors help to open the restaurant in UK.
Okay, very well. All right, so I'm satisfied with you with your presentation, and I will be then talking to my partners and evaluating if this is a feasible business idea, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you in the near future.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.